ọkùnrin ní méjì ọba sọkùnrin lé mọ́ bàbá bí tó ká mi mọ́ ni o ọkùnrin ní méjì bọ́ tí ọba sọkùnrin gangan lé mọ́ ọkùnrin 1 million ní mi mo fọlọ́n tó lẹ́bi mi bùrà tí ọba sọkùnrin lé mọ́ ọkùnrin ní mi o tí èsì ẹkùnrin tí mo ń bẹ̀rù kankan mo mọ̀ ń síbi ìdìdìrín fún yàn tó kọ́ tí bá change ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ mẹ́rìnbọ̀dì lọ́wọ́ kọ́tẹ́ tó dé bi níjọ́ tí mo change mọ́ ọlọ́run bí pé ayélujára kẹ́ pa mí lè tàbí kẹ́ change inú sẹ́ẹ̀lì kẹ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀ kan nínú kẹ́ yín gbogbo ọgbọ́n yín kẹ́ pa mí síbi tàbí kẹ́ gbé mi kó mi tẹ̀ tèmi mọ́ kẹ́ gbé mi síbò mi ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sì kan lẹ́nì wọ́n change ẹ lórí wọn tí mo mí náà wọ́n fún mo mí náà fi bá wọn sí ẹ bàbá mi ilé ní mi ẹ mọ̀ mi ọmọ tí mo lè tẹ̀ náà tí mo ń ṣe bí ọ̀dẹ̀ fún yàn tí mo ń sunkún pé ẹjọ́ tí bá padà change ẹ agbára wọn ò lè ká mi mọ́. wọ́n gbé yẹn sẹ́wọ̀n yìí kò ní túmọ̀ sí mi gbogbo yẹn fíìmù ni ìrìn tí Sunday orin láyé tí ó fi jáde láyé ó ti wà lára rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn àtọ́lọ́. bàbá yìí ti bá rántí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá mi níbi ìlú ara mi á balẹ̀ ni níjọ́ tí bàbá ń bá mi sílé tí gbogbo wọn ṣe gàràgàrà àwọn senators jókòó gbogbo wọn jókòó àwọn governors gbogbo wọn kún bẹ́ẹ̀ senator Omisore governor Ilọ́lá gbogbo wọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ mímí kù bàbá ní gbogbo yín sì ẹ tẹ̀lé Sunday wá torí ta lè fi wá gbogbo yẹn governor wọn nítorí Sunday kò ọlọ́tàn ó nítorí pé ẹ̀ ń rí lò agbára tí wọ́n ń lò ń bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ kálukú wojú ara wọn ó ní ara rẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run fi sí Sunday máa ń ṣe bí ọmọ kékeré ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ farúgbó ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún sọ́ọ́rì ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ọmọ tó ṣe gbọ́n bí tọ́lọ́run fi kẹ́ ẹ sí lára ẹ̀ lè rí ìyá tó bí lójú yìí sájẹ ni wọ́n mi lóun ń sàjẹ́ kì í ṣe táàbù rẹ̀ gbàjẹ́ bàbá ó ti gbà fọ́lọ́run bí tí mo wà yìí ní ìbẹ̀rù kẹta mọ́ lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run tó ní mi gbogbo yòókù yẹn gbogbo tó bá rẹ̀ kí wọ́n dá lára bí wọ́n gbé mi déwájú jọ́ọ̀jì yẹn ní sọ fún pé mi bẹ̀rù ẹ mo bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tó ní mi ni gbogbo àdá tó bá fẹ́ fi mí dá kẹ́ fi mí dá bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà kọ́ mọ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà ti ń gbé mi lọ àfi tí ọba sọ́lọ́ ń bẹ̀ tọ́lọ́run bá ti bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan gbé mi lọ bẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe é ṣe ebi Kánú ń bẹ́ mẹ́ ebi ìjà tí mò ń jà ní Kánú ń jà gbogbo wọn yẹn àfi halẹ̀ àfi dẹ́rù bara wa ni bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà tí ọba sọ́lọ́ Nàìjíríà ló tó ẹ kọ́lọ́ ń bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan mọ gbé mi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ mo wà ń bí láti bí ó ti ń lo oṣù méjì ní èsì yọjú sí mi ń bí bí ẹni tí mo ṣe lọ́ọ̀yà plenty rẹ̀ èmi mo láwọn àgbààgbà lọ́ọ̀yà Nàìjíríà tí mo ń control tí wọ́n máa ń bá mẹ́nu lé mi tí ń ra wọn tẹ́ mo fọlọ́ ń búra ebi ẹ wo iye lọ́ọ̀yà tí ń lọ sí kéèsì mi nìbàdàn 42 àwọn àgbàlagbà lọ́ọ̀yà àwọn àgbàlagbà ìyẹn fún wọn kọ́bọ̀ fún tí lè kára ètí ń dán mo dẹ̀ ń wìn ní mo ń wìn ní federal government ṣẹ́jú ṣẹ́jú pẹ́ pọ́lọ́ ní ti sẹ́rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yà ayé tẹ́ bàbá mi tẹ́ jẹ́ ẹ̀dákẹ́ àdúrà Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà yẹn.
Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Tell them Maiyegun is live. Thank you.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary.
Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, if you don't share the broadcast, others won't know that Maiyegun is live, and the message will be limited to those who are able to see it tonight. Share the broadcast.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, Maiyegun Diary. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary.
So the voice you just heard is that of Oloye Sunday Igboho from Benin Republic. They are prison in Benin Republic. I have been having my own personal concern about his legal team in Benin Republic. At the same time, I also have my own concern about the political string being pulled by the supposed Yoruba leaders in order to keep Oloye Sunday Igboho away completely from Nigeria, from Yoruba land until after 2023. I have my own concern, but good enough from that voice you just listen to. Oloye Sunday Igboho himself is concerned about his legal team. He said, what is going on here? I've got lawyers in Nigeria that represent me that are there fighting day and night. better lawyers. And here, you just lock me up in here. I have no idea what you guys are doing. If you want to take me to the front of any judge, take me to the front of that judge. And I'm going to tell that judge that I fear no other, I don't fear any human being except for God. If your power is to send me back to Nigeria, send me back to Nigeria. Stop locking me up here and telling me stories every day. That's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. As Gumi just came out again to tell us that forget it, there will be no peace in Nigeria. There will be no ceasefire from the terrorists that the Boko Haram government is already giving amnesty to. Sheikh Gumi said, until they are properly settled, like the Niger Delta militants, there will be no peace. Yet Yala too, they came out this time around stronger. They decided to go through the National Assembly that could possibly put up a law, put up a fight to stop the southern Nigeria from implementing the ban on open grazing. I have a lot for you tonight. If you have that same time, relax and let us enjoy this. But remember, share the broadcast.
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra bí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra bí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi.
Thank you so much. It's been 2 months, almost 2 months, that Oloye Sunday Igboho and his wife were intercepted at the Benin Republic airport when they were passing through, transiting, going to Germany. Few days before then, Nigeria terrorist government that had put a target on the back of Sunday Igboho, the man that stood up for the people of Ibarapa, Okeogun, Ayete, Igangan, and so many other parts of Oyo State, sending away the murderous Fulani terrorists. The ones they are now calling unknown gunmen or bandits. Standing up for the people of Yoruba land, encouraging us to stand up all together and defend our land, defend ourselves, put a target on its back. On the 1st of July, something terrible happened. We've had rallies, we've had speeches everywhere, all over Yoruba land. Peaceful rallies, sensitization, awareness, and all that. Until the politicians in Yoruba land got wind of one of the messages that was, there will be no election in Yoruba land in 2023. That is bad for business. They unleashed the dragon. And as a reminder, this happened on the 1st of July, inside Oloye Sunday Igboho's house, when unknown gunmen, they called them initially, but Igboho told us that those who came to his house were speaking French, and they were shouting, "We are DSS, Igboho come out, Igboho come out," and they only came to kill, not to arrest, because they committed no crime. As a reminder to every one of you, 2 months ago, more than 2 months ago, this was Oloye Sunday Igboho's house in Ibadan.
Ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́jú tí wọ́n ní àwọn agbébọn ya wọ ibi ibẹ̀ ni BBC Yorùbá wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Lára àwọn ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n bàjẹ́ nílé Sunday Igboho náà lè láǹfààní láti rí àti rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn nílẹ̀ náà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà àbáwọlé kọ̀ọ̀kan nínú ilé tá a wà yìí. òrùmọ́jú ni wọ́n ní àwọn agbébọn náà dédé ya wọnú ọgbà yìí tí ìbọn sì ń dún lákọlákọ àti rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọta ìbọn lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ká tó wọlé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni màá fi hàn yín tí n bá ti ń jáde kúrò ní ọgbà yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wà níbi ọ̀nà méjì kan tó wọ àwọn ilé méjì nínú ọgbà yìí náà pẹ̀lú. yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ọta ìbọn tó wọ ara mọ́tò tó fọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan níbí yìí lára nǹkan tí BBC News Yorùbá tún rí a rí ọmọ odó kan náà níta bígbà tí wọ́n lò láti fi já ẹnu lóró wọlé nínú ọgbà náà. kì í ṣe ọkọ̀ nìkan náà àti gbogbo inú ilé. yàrá ìgbàlejò Sunday Igboho la wà yìí. Ibi yàrá tí wọ́n ń sùn lélẹ̀.
Is it like
Please.
No.
I will take something later.
For doing absolute nothing. All right. And they killed 2 innocent people in that house that day, the 1st of July. Look at the man on the right. From the report, Alhaji Fatai, what we were told is that that man has an eye problem. Eye problem. He was blind. And Adisa Said Adogan is, a family man, a businessman who has his own hotel in Ikorodu. So when they got into the house that day, these unknown gunmen, before they came out to now display guns, the intention was to kill him for asking the Yorubas to defend themselves. They killed this man on the right, killed the man on the left, simply because they couldn't get Igbo, and they arrested the cat. A cat that they told us, they believed that Igboho turned to a cat. So they arrested the cat until it became embarrassing, and they had to let, we don't know, when they were declaring things they took from Oloye Sunday Igboho's house, they did not declare the cat. Now that's what they did to him until he was advised. He had no intention of leaving Nigeria. I mean, I have some level of information and closeness to him and then his team. There was no plan for Igboho to leave Nigeria or go anywhere until he was advised that it is pretty much better to be alive. You have become the rallying point, a rallying figure for so many Yorubas all over the world. Their intention is to kill you. It's not to arrest you. With what you saw in his house there, the intention wasn't to arrest him. It was to kill him. You will be better useful to the Yoruba nation agitation alive. That was why he listened to that option of leaving Nigeria. But they've already put a red flag on him. A red flag that the Interpol always work with anyway, as long as you try to cross from one border to the other. That was how he got to Benin Republic. And when he got there, what we were told was because Interpol intercepted him. That was what we were told, not because he committed any crime in Benin Republic. That made him a political prisoner. I mean, a political asylum. It should be a political asylum. Holder there right away. Then we waited to see how the politics was going to play out. So we spent a whole week. His legal team in Benin Republic told us completely that their law, their legal system is different from Nigeria. Okay, fine. What is the crime? Is it going to be about extradition or what have you? We battled that for a whole week until they got to the final judge, the one that should eventually, I don't know how that works, the one that will eventually tell him is a crime and then, his judgment. And they said, that one said, no, this crime has nothing to do with Nigeria. This case has nothing to do with anything or any request from Nigeria. In fact, there was no single representative of Nigeria in any of the court proceedings. So this has nothing to do with Nigeria. At the last minute, he has to go back. You have to take him to the proper prison so that we can now investigate. That was what his lawyer told us, that lawyer Salami. The judge said they will investigate. We asked him repeatedly, what was it that they said is the crime they are going to investigate? At least you have to know it as a lawyer so that you can put up your defense. They said, no, we should relax. We should relax. We should not pressure them. That was where I was having my own suspicion. And I believe that hearing the voice of Oloye Sunday Igboho tonight and every word of what he said, he is concerned too. There is something bigger than, that has nothing to do with Nigeria, as they have said. Let us take the word. Were those who asked them to hold Sunday Igboho, were they the Yoruba political scoundrels? Who were those who actually asked Benin Republic to help them capture Igboho? Who exactly sanctioned the attack on the house of Oloye Sunday Igboho to terminate his life, to kill him? Now, when you begin to trace this bit by bit, it will begin to make sense. I am not going to be here to cook up a conspiracy theory for you now. I just want you to think here. The legal system should be able to tell us exactly, because they've told us clearly. They said the reason why they are holding him is not because Nigeria is asking for him. That's so different from the reason why they said he was arrested. His lawyers won't tell us why or what that judge said. They want to go and investigate, and then he will come in to defend. What kind of legal system is that? Something is fishy. We heard that Ooni of Ife, Arole Oodua, sent representatives to Benin Republic. He constituted a committee committees to work with all responsible groups and reasonable groups all across Yoruba land and all over the world to try and harmonize the interest of the Yorubas and put it as a political, as a political template that we can use. And in this regard, they told us, Olubadan of Ibadan or Ni of Ife, they sent delegates or delegation to Benin Republic when Oloye Sunday Igboho was arrested. Obasanjo visited Benin Republic. And listen, people can tell you a lot of things that would not make sense to you now until later. But I'm going to play this video. This phone call again. I believe that we have our Baba, Professor Banji Akintoye. I don't know if he's still pretty much in Benin Republic, but he's told us that he's not going to return to Nigeria until Igboho is free. But can we now begin to look beyond Burataye the butcher, look beyond Bokwari, the ones that want to have Igboho for dinner or for supper or for breakfast, whatever it's going to be, like a trophy on their shelf? You get what I mean? Those ones are waiting. But are we sure that those are not just the distraction that they needed, the real local enemy, the ones that are making us to continue to stay and be part of Nigeria? Well, what if they are actually the ones doing this? And since they have so much influence on Benin Republic, sincerely speaking, I have facts to tell you how much influence they do have. And conspiracy theory or no conspiracy theory, this doesn't make any sense. It was picked up within 2-3 days. They gave us a date that it was going to appear in court. And within a week, we were able to know what was going on every now and then. But for the past 6 weeks, they shut everything down. What were those delegations doing in Benin Republic? What were they doing and what are they doing? Or what did they do when they went to Benin Republic? The legal team of Oloye Sunday Igboho has been compromised. It is either they have been deliberately put in the dark or they chose to deceive many, many of us from what is going on. And I'm not saying this to spite them. I am saying this because they need to convince us what legal system they have in Benin Republic that will not tell us the exact reason, the exact crime they are holding Oloye Sunday Igboho for. People of legal mind, people who sent delegation from the US, Yoruba body from the US, Yoruba body from the diaspora, that put resources together, put legal team together. But they were not given access to let them have access to Oloye Sunday Igboho when they got to Benin Republic. It's only legal team are those allowed. What is going on? They said a judge will give them the dates. What does that tell you? It means it can be forever. Does Igboho have the right to choose his own legal team now? Maybe this is the time we should begin to ask for that. Holding him this long, it is not their legal system in Benin Republic. It is the diplomatic African the African corruption, the corrupt system that is all about rob my back, I rob your back mentality. And this old greedy, rigged system cut across all the African countries, and no excuse of their legal system bullshit will make any sense anymore. 6 weeks. No one is telling us why they are holding him. They said it's not Nigeria. Then why are they holding him? Why are his own lawyers continue to tell us that it is their legal system? It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I'm going to play this again. Wait to the last part of this, if you can.
Avec quelques peu conviés de moi quelques peu si vous et bon c'est quand l'ennemi on change dans le petit moment on moment na fi ba on e baba me l'ennemi mo mo se mo le tena ti mo se bi ode fún yan ti mo so ko ajo so ba ti ba padà change agbára wọn de ka mi mo on pe yan se won yi kò ní túmọ̀ sí mi gbogbo en fi won ni ìrìn tí Sunday o rìn láyé tí ó fi jáde láyé on ko ti wà lára rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn atolo baba ti bá ran ti ọ̀rọ̀ baba mi de lo ara mi apale ni ìjọ tí bàbá ń bá mi sílé tí gbogbo wọn ṣe gàràgàrà àwọn senators jókòó gbogbo wọn jókòó àwọn governors gbogbo wọn kún bẹ́ẹ̀ senator Omisore governor Ilọlá gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ mímí kù bàbá ní gbogbo yín sì ẹ tẹ̀lé Sunday wá torí ta lè fi wá gbogbo ẹ̀ governor wọn nítorí Sunday gbòó ọlọ́tàn ó nítorí pé ẹ̀ ń rí lò agbára tí wọ́n ń lò ń bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ kálukú wojú ara wọn ó ní ara rẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run fi sí Sunday máa ń ṣe bí ọmọ kékeré ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ farúgbó ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún sọ́ọ́rí ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ọmọ tó ṣe gbọ́n bí tọ́lọ́run fi kẹ́ ẹ sí lára ẹ̀ lè rí ìyá tó bí lójú yìí sájẹ ni wọ́n mi lóun ẹ̀ sájẹ kì í ṣe tá a gbé rẹ̀ gbàjẹ́ bàbá ó ti gbà fọ́lọ́run mi tí mo wà yìí ní ìbẹ̀rù kankan mọ́ lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run tó ní mi gbogbo yòókù yẹn gbogbo tó bá rí kí wọ́n dá lára bí wọ́n gbé mi déwájú jọ́ọ̀jì yẹn ní sọ fún pé mi bẹ̀rù ẹ mo bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tó ní mi ni gbogbo àdá tó bá fẹ́ fi mí dá kẹ́ fi mí dá bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà kọ́ mọ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà ti ń gbé mi lọ àfi tí ọba sọ́lọ́ ń bẹ̀ tọ́lọ́n bá ti bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan gbé mi lọ bẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe ebi Kánú ń bẹ́ mẹ́ ebi ìjà tí mò ń jà ní Kánú ń jà gbogbo wọn yẹn àfi halẹ̀ àfi ń dẹ́rù bara wa ni bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà tí ọba sọ́lọ́ Nàìjíríà ló tó ẹ kọ́lọ́ ń bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan mọ gbé mi sọ bẹ̀ kò sí díọ̀sẹ̀ lẹ̀ mo wà ń bí láti bí ó ti ń lo oṣù méjì ní ìsìn ẹ yọjú sí mi ń bí bí ẹni tí mo ń ṣe lọ́ọ̀yà plenty rẹ̀ èmi mo láwọn àgbààgbà lọ́ọ̀yà Nàìjíríà tí mo ń control tí wọ́n máa ń bá mẹ́nu lé mi tí ń ra wọn tẹ́ mo fọ́lọ́ ń búra ebi wo lọ́ọ̀yà tí ń lọ sí kéèsì mi nìbàdàn 42 àwọn àgbàlagbà lọ́ọ̀yà àwọn àgbàlagbà fún kọ́bọ̀ fún tí lè kára ètí ń dán mo dẹ̀ ń wìn ní mo ń wìn ní federal government ṣẹ́jú ṣẹ́jú pẹ́ pọ́lọ́ ní ti sẹ́rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yà ayé tẹ́ bàbá mi tẹ́ jẹ́ ẹ̀dákẹ́ àdúrà Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà yẹn.
Yes, there's more. There's a full audio, more than that. But you see that part where he said he's been in jail for almost 2 months and he's never seen his own lawyers. That lawyer continued to grant interviews, continue to tell us things and continue to tell us things, and they continue to make headlines in Nigeria. But did you hear where Igboho said, how can you be somebody's lawyer? I'm sorry that you didn't understand Yoruba, but let me try and break what he said there down, right? He said he's been in jail, that he's trying to remain calm and just remain calm until he's tired and fed up, that he doesn't even care anymore. That if they want to take him back to Nigeria, they should take him back to Nigeria. That, you know, one thing is that there was a time that he had to fight with them to change his own cell in their prison there. He fought them the same day. He said he told them, listen, I don't care what you're going to do. I'm not going to sleep in this place tonight. You have to change this cell for me tonight, or you either use your gun or kill me. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? They had to change the place for him. I have heard people who have tried to console themselves. For example, somebody was countering me for some reason, and I understand, and I don't take it personal, by the way. And he said, it was very, very direct, and I don't know if he's watching. He said, Maiyegun, my friend, shut up. Igboho is not in prison. Igboho is somewhere in a house where they just pretend to make it look like he's in prison. He just told us. He fought them before they could move him to a better place, still in their prison, not in a special mansion, as somebody told me to shut up. Now, imagine that. And yet, those who have the wherewithal, because what we found out is this, so people may agree with you that they don't like Bokwari, they don't like Bokwari. They hate APC, they hate APC. They may even sympathize with us. Oh, Yoruba Nation, sounds good. Biafra Republic, oh, well, that's great. But they are not buying it. The moment you tell them, no election, you will see their true color. That person where they call you comrade. Now you go come, they say, comrade, calm down. Comrade, calm down. Because if you haven't really seen hypocrisy, real life, it's simply because you are a Nigerian who personifies hypocrisy excellently. You with me? People are waiting for their own turn. So the moment the IPOB took the turn of no election, those who were pretentious sympathizers, they started taking the step back like, what do you mean by no election? Why can't you just vote? At least vote for PDP now. We know APC has fucked up, so vote for PDP. Since you won't vote for PDP and you want Biafra, no be so that they do amo. So now that the politicians have plotted that the only people that could really put or derail every other plan they have been having and validating all their criminality, so to say, so far so good, all the plans are about to go to blazes with the influence and the control of these two powerful guys who suddenly surge out from our failures anyway. So they all agreed. PDP, APC, APGA, everybody. Kanu must go. Igboho must go. And the plot and arrangement of how they would do it is what we have now seen. The same month that Bokwari threatened that it was going to wipe out the dots, the Biafrans, that they are dots in a circle, the same month was the same month they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if you put 1 and 2 together, their effort is kill them or just make them go away. Whatever you can do, it doesn't really matter. Even England, UK, America, and the rest of our allies, they will support the idea, take them off the radar so that we can continue our plan and plot towards 2023. And trust me, it is working. You and I know the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the absence of Oloye Sunday Igboho. Their absence, you know what their absence have caused? You know that. So it's working. They are planned to put them away. And if you look around, just like so many people have told us, I have also probably shared that with you, that you see in that caliber of those criminals who parade themselves as different local champions for one Nigeria, these guys have no religion. They have no tribe. They have no culture. All they have is just one thing: interest. And if that interest will require them sacrificing their people as much as they have to, so be it. They have no religion. They have no tribe. They have no culture. They have no effort. They have no nothing. The only time they brandish those identities is when they want to rob you and they want you to validate that robbery. They call it elections. Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, these two people will never make it easier for what they have already worked and planned. But, well, it's made them bring back, they bring forward their own agenda, the agenda of this bloodbath that we are seeing today. Even when the southern governors came together and they said, we are banning open grazing, as you have known. You heard what has been the response afterward. It's been threat against that same 2023. You know that. We want to call on those who are helping us legally on the Yoruba Nation agitators, both in Nigeria and in Benin Republic. We are about to say we have lost confidence in the legal team of Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. Something is fishy. Something is wrong. In Nigeria, the Biafrans knows what they are dealing with. clearly. We don't. In Nigeria, where they have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped from Kenya and then extraordinarily renditioned back to Nigeria, they have taken him to court. They said it is the continuation of his treasonable charges and the effort to divide Nigeria, blah, 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 nonsense that they put together. The Biafrans knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing trial for a trumped-up, Fulani made-up charges. Very clear. And they directed their anger, their rage, towards those who kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is pretty much clear. On Oloye Sunday Igboho, we don't know why they are holding him. We don't. And that is not good. That doesn't look good. And the only people, listen, the Biafrans will tell you, we don't trust everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers are telling them, especially when it comes to decision on this or that. Because we never heard from him. Fair enough. But look at us. Maiyegun, what is the latest on Oloye Sunday Igboho? What is going on? I'm like, okay, who are those I should speak to? Family members, personal assistants, media aides, or even friends, or possibly some other powerful people that are pretty much powerful in this struggle, which I have an influence, I have a privilege of speaking to. They were all in the dark. Or his lawyers will do better. So whatever they tell us, they are in the best position to present, to read what they want to present to the public, because millions of people are looking forward to hearing what they have to say. Then the lawyer comes out to tell us Igboho is crying. How does that help us? Igboho is telling people to remain calm. How does that help us? That's not going to help us. If his legal team, you see, when we have these guys in Nigeria who are handling our Oduduwa 12, right? Our brothers and sisters kidnapped on the day they attacked the house of Oloye Sunday Igboho, and they killed 2 people. Whenever the lawyer, Barrister Olaje Ngbesi, he will come here and he will update us, and he will say, well, we have gotten to this stage. We've met with this, we've met with our clients. We've seen the state of their condition. We have seen the treatment they have. You know what I mean? They are able to use that to help them in their arguments for bail or for freedom for these people. These guys don't meet Igboho. Igboho said he's been there for 2 months. And what kind of lawyers will be there that they don't interact, they don't meet with their clients for 2 months? That is a red flag. That validates our concerns. And that is why we are now saying, before we finally come out to pass a vote of no confidence on them, we are calling on the Ilana Omo Udua. Don't be too nice with this. Every night that Igboho sleep in that prison in Benin Republic, that is the right and the safety and the protection of the vulnerable, the weak, the targeted Yorubas in different communities in different parts of Yoruba land. Those people from those communities who are beginning to have a little bit of hope that they are going to stay alive and they will never become victims of this murderous AK-47 wielding terrorist. Now, every night that Igboho sleeps in that prison cell in Benin Republic, every night is a night of disappointment, is a night of letdown for these millions of people. that scattered across the land of Yoruba land. Today, these millions of people that you and I will probably never really know about until their village or their villages are attacked, until their children are kidnapped, until their loved ones are killed, until their farms are destroyed, until they lost something. That is, if they are lucky enough that they lost enough, that is the only time you're going to hear this story. Now, every night Igboho sleeps in that prison cell in Benin Republic is a night of misery for those vulnerable people in Yoruba land, as those who are supposed to bring him out of that place continue to play the card of those who are keeping him there. Think about that. I'm not going to eat them too much tonight because I still want to believe that they can still make it right. But I'm calling on the Ilana Udua. This is us from the diaspora asking you that whatever game they are playing, whether Obasanjo told them to keep him there. In fact, somebody told me, he said, Maiyegun, from what we were told, they said when Obasanjo met with their president in Benin Republic, he actually just told him what he presented as facts. They said Obasanjo told the Benin Republic president. Now, this is not verified, okay? And I don't want you to vilify Obasanjo for it. When we want to talk about them, we prefer to say things that are really verifiable, okay? Well, it kind of, will add up at the end of the day in a situation like this. They said they told them that they needed to be very careful that Igboho, what Sunday Igboho is fighting for, is indeed what Nnamdi Kanu is also fighting for, and it is to break up Nigeria. But if Benin Republic think it doesn't concern them, they should think twice, because the population of Benin Republic, the entire country, 18 to 20% of the entire population is made up of Yoruba-speaking people, Yoruba people, who also shared borders with us in Yoruba land, the current southwest Nigeria, the same place Obasanjo will not want us to break. So when people said that, I said, well, some said, they did a lot to say they should, because if Benin Republic should release him, Benin Republic is going to pay a very big price, more than just shutting down the border that Nigeria has shut down now for the past, 18, 19 months as we speak. So with all those economic threats and the rest of that, if Yoruba break away from Nigeria, the Yorubas in Benin Republic will also demand to join their brothers and sisters in Yoruba Republic, and they will leave Benin Republic, blah, 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 blah. That is not verified. Okay? Or again, it doesn't make any sense keeping him there. See, Sheigumi repeatedly told us that the reason why people continue to demand that they don't want to be part of the murderous campaign in Nigeria is this, okay? Nigeria is so messed up beyond just corruption, If you are watching this video, you probably have heard a lot about corruption, 419, fraud, and the rest of that about Nigeria. A lot of things that you've heard about Nigeria. But one thing is this, right? Nigeria is a poor country. Some of them don't like to say that. In fact, they don't agree. They will say, no, Nigeria is not poor. It's only that we have poor leaders who are just mismanaging and stealing our money. But they have no idea that when you have poor people leading a country, not just because they have no money, but because they are so poor in mind, they are so poor in deed. And what do you expect from poor mind to produce? Any success? Of course not. So and they say a country is, what do you call it? The leadership of a country is a reflection of the people in that country. So when you look at it from 1960 to date, if they tell you Nigeria is a rich country, only that the terrible leaders are the ones who made us poor. No. The leaders are the citizens of that country who aspire to acquire, to maguire, to be the leaders. And then they pass on their own ideas, the poverty, the poor idea onto the rest of the country. And in 60 years, they made Nigeria the poverty capital of the world. But you see, there's no crime you're talking about here when you talk about a financial crime, this crime, that crime, anything that has to do with financial crime, bank fraud, and the rest of that. Nigeria doesn't even come close to the top 3 most fraudulent country in the whole world. But the reason why we always take the top notch is because it's this. They've told us that Nigeria is the biggest black nation on earth, okay? The biggest, the most populous black nation on earth. They've told us that. So anything that happens in Nigeria is expected to come in a bigger size. If there's still a corruption, the former Prime Minister of UK, David Cameron, he came out and he said, you see, Nigeria is not just corrupt. Nigeria is fantastically corrupt. That the level of money they are stealing from that country, if they try that in the UK for just 1 year, UK will go bankrupt. People will go on the street begging. But Nigerians, as they are, their leaders, as corrupt as they are, they still get away with all those, right? Long story short, Nigeria is a poor country led by poor mind who have kind of mastered the art of manipulation, subjugation to keep power. But here is the deal. Terrorists took over power in Nigeria 60 years ago. Jihadist apologists, Taliban apologists, ISIL, and the rest of them. And since then, they have ensured that the indigenous people in Nigeria feel the brunt, the bite, and the attack of their unleashed barbarian or barbaric army on the rest of the country, looking for one thing: the gold, the land. Now, you would expect the most populous country in the whole world to have the most populous black army in the whole world, the black military, black intelligence, the most this, the most that, but not until you give your country to the terrorists. Then you have an idea that all those doesn't really count. They don't really matter. A sheikh has made a name for himself as the negotiator, the locator, the founder, and the man who speaks the language of the terrorists who have now occupied Nigeria. They've surrounded the entire Nigeria. In 2013, we were told that, if Nigeria made it through 2015, then we'll see how long it's going to last. The prediction is actually going to be, it's going to run out by the 2035. We are pretty much just running out. And if they say Nigeria will break between 2015 and then the next 20 years, which will make it 2035, this is 2021. We are just 14 years away. Boko Haram has done a great job that indigenous people are beginning to say, since we can't protect ourselves, since we can't defend ourselves, since the government won't protect or defend us, why then are we still part of this union? What exactly is the submission of our sovereignty to be part of Nigeria, which we never did, by the way? It was forced on us, right? If all these are no longer guaranteed, then we no longer want to be part of this union. Now, the people that pushed us to that level, they tend to be smarter, more than what you can imagine. They've just told us now that whether you and I hate it, no matter how much we hate it, no matter how much you think Nigeria is this or that, you are going nowhere, one, and there will be no peace until you give amnesty to the terrorists, even though those who claim to have repented. Repentant terrorists, de-radicalized, rehabilitated, and they were even given money. They went back to the same terrorism, to kidnapping, and, think about that. But when they, just as a reminder, by the way, when they grabbed, this is where this actually gets so really crazy, right? Igboho committed no crime other than asking the Yoruba people to stand up and defend the vulnerable people, the women, the children, the weak, the aged. the people that are the easy prey for the Fulani terrorists that are ransacking our villages. He didn't do anything wrong. And they went for his life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't do anything wrong. And they called for his head. But you see, those who are doing this daily marking, these daily killings, they get repentance, but it's still not enough. I mean, because according to them, the government that should keep those who are victims safe, that government doesn't really see them as terrorists. The government sees them as businessmen. If not, I mean, school children, kidnapping of school children is not really a crime to the spokesperson for those who are defending the terrorists that actually brought us to this level. People will ask, Maiyegun, how did we get here? How did we get here? How did Nigeria get to this point? The people that brought us to this level are telling us to normalize terrorism, accept it as a way of life, learn how to live with it, because it is not really as bad as you think. But if you call for the breakup of Nigeria, that is deadly. I didn't say it. Somebody said it. And just today, he came back to tell us there will be no peace until you give amnesty to these terrorists. Say.
When you ask a battery of questions, how do you expect me to convince you? Let me step one by one. IPOB is attacking the police, is attacking the army, is attacking INEC, government institutions, killing our men in service. And the herdsmen are kidnapping children, not to kill them, to get money. So how can you compare somebody who's killing our gallant men in the armed forces directly, attacking them, to somebody who's kidnapping children to make money, not to kill them? Look, we need some fairness in what we are doing.
So how do you? And listen, this is exactly how they see them. Forget whatever they are saying. How do you coexist in a country like that, where terrorists are getting pardoned, paid, and activists are having targets placed on their backs to be hunted down? It is their country, Nigeristan. But sharing a name with you doesn't really make us your secondment. I don't agree with that. And they pushed us to this level. And they're not stopping. That's another thing. Some people are even trying to pacify them. For example, Anambra State Governor, somebody who felt like if it is for peace, okay, maybe we should try this idea, and maybe that will bring peace. What was that idea? You won't believe it. Listen.
The herdsmen, where they are. If you destroy any farm, will you pay? And if you kill their cows, you pay. That is, a number of community must pay them. If they destroy your farm, they will pay you. And it has been happening. If for any reason somebody dies, it's a police matter, but if our people is killed, they will pay 500,000 naira while the police continues the action. If their people is killed, we also pay 500,000 naira. And you know, so we have handled this very well.
Just for peace. That's what they said. Trying to make peace with killers. If you kill anybody in Anambra State as an herdsman, you will pay 500,000 naira and police will continue their case as if to say there will be any case. If you kill any Fulani herdsman in Anambra, you will pay 500,000 to the Fulani. as if to say that will stop them from the reprisal attack that will come back and kill tens of hundreds of people in the communities, not just one community, but many communities, making peace. And that is why E82, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you. Guys, if you are watching me on YouTube and this is your first time, you know, you can just give me that subscription on there, right? And for everyone who is already subscribed, can you just give that, you know, that like, that up thumb? Can you just tap that for a sec as we proceed? Because I want to show you what Maiyegun just asked the Federal National Assembly, where the Gbajabia Mole, as well as the other rubber stamp Senate president, is asking them, as long as they will pay money, they may pull a stunt on the southern governors, and that's Nigeria for you. Okay, so we have over 2,000 of us on YouTube. Okay, so and we only have about 600 of us who could just say, "Well done, Maiyegun." But you can make it and take it up. Where do we have the rest of our 1,500 people watching? Give that thumb up on that there if you can. Subscribe if you haven't. Set your notification if you haven't as well. On Facebook, don't comment thumbs. Don't worry. Just like the video, like the broadcast. Some of you can't even comment under the broadcast. No be me, it's Facebook. But for those of you who can comment, I'll be reading your comments, okay? Yeah, let's take it to at least 1,000. So we've managed to get to 700 now. I'm going to give you a sec to do that. I do that all the time. It's called a break. Let's take a break while everyone can leave the chat room and give that thumb up under that video. I'll be back. Thank you very much. So, yeah, only a few people have managed to. If you want to click that like under that video, all you have to do is you have to leave the chat room. Then you go back in. After you thumb up, okay? Maiyegun, they said, you remember they told you that they were not going to obey any law made by any southern governor or wherever. Forget it. They are not going to obey any law. They already have people who are working to make sure that the collaborative, or let me say the united decision of the southern governors when they met and unanimously, well, not anymore, unanimously then decided that they were going to ban open grazing. And they said they were going to all go into their different houses of assemblies to ask their members to promulgate law, bills that will ban open grazing and will prescribe punishment and what have you, to stop all these incessant attacks and killings. People who are moving cows, committing crimes, moving guns and weapons all over the place. It was a very good thing to do to curb this movement of cows and guns and terrorists. But we've had some who have said, no, we are not doing that. No. 2023. 2023. Ebonyi is likely not going to pass any open grazing bill. Imo State has a law. Hopeless Uzodinjo is not going to implement it, of course. Anambra, where 500,000 is worth a human life. How much is 500,000 in dollars anymore? Today, your dollar is 530 naira to a dollar. Really? And a pound, I heard, a pound is 700 and something too, but probably 730 naira to a pound. Wow. So 500,000 naira if you die, if any husband kill your family, anybody, 500K in Anambra. So there are places that they are not going to implement that, but Maiyegun is not going to have that because in Ondo State, they have already started arresting them. Sincerely speaking, Ondo governor seems to be active now. Is the next autumn They have already placed a price tag on autumn. They know that those who are protecting autumn for now can do so. After this, autumn will be exposed and they can easily just go after him and kill him. They've already put a fatwa on him, Miyetiala, in Nigeria. Under Bukwari, a state governor is currently, he has a tag on his head by this group who are now approaching, the same group who is now approaching the National Assembly to do something about the southern governor. Do you have time? Watch this.
Anti-grazing laws and banning of open grazing is a satanic agenda to destroy our means of livelihood by desperate politicians acting on faulty and self-serving security reports. It is Frederick Bessia in 1801, in his Economic Sufism, who said, when plunder becomes a way of life of a group of men living together in a society, they create for themselves in the course of time a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. This is a clear case of the current rush to create negative laws against our cultural heritage. Anti-grazing laws and policies are attempts to ban open grazing are nothing but populist and corrupt-driven agenda designed by visionless, inept, and desperate politicians to destroy pastoralist means of livelihood. These dangerous and satanic laws must be nipped in the bud by the National Assembly to safeguard the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as it portends greater danger to the corporate existence of the country. These oppressive laws and hostile policies being enacted by state governors are fundamentally going against the Fulani pastoralist culture, economic interests, and constitutional rights. It is important to note that interstate movement of pastoralists is similar to interstate commerce, which is an exclusive preserve of the legislative powers of the National Assembly under Item 62 of the exclusive legislative list. To this effect, any action taken by any state assembly that is in conflict with the above section of the 1999 Constitution as amended is null and void and of no effect and of no consequences to the pastoralists. These laws do not take into cognizance the sociology, economic of production, climate variation, and other push factors that are inherent in pastoralist movements across ecological zones. It is a common knowledge that Nigerian mode of agricultural practice is still primitive all over the country and are not consistent with global best practices. So why singling out the pastoralists who have been suffering from cumulative years of neglect in terms of development from both federal, state, and local governments? There is a looming danger and security implications of these satanic laws by the ill-informed governors on national security. The laws will destroy livestock production and send into poverty millions of people that depend on livestock value chain. The butchers, the transporters, the livestock dealers, the consumers who are used to affordable source of beef and milk are going to be affected. The laws will undermine relative peace and stability currently enjoyed in local communities and threaten social order. The laws will exacerbate cattle rustling in local communities as criminal gangs and state-sponsored vigilantes like Amotekun and other state-sponsored gangs to be rustling our cattle. The laws will lead to a serious humanitarian crisis as families will be destabilized, market and economic livelihood will be disrupted. The laws will lead to massive cross-border migration that will create further security challenges for the country. Our prayers. The National Assembly and Mr. President to intervene and stop the current attempts by some state governors to criminalize our means of livelihood of cattle rearing through enacting of satanic and obnoxious laws they call anti-grazing laws, which I call antichrist, targeted at Fulani pastoralists. The federal government should create a ministry for livestock and fisheries as obtainable in many African countries. Nigerians should adopt strategies in responding to changes of climate change as it affects livestock production, not negative laws. Government should take an inventory of all existing grazing reserves, traditional grazing areas, transhumance corridors, major stock routes, and fully develop at least one grazing reserve in each senatorial zone in line with the recommendation of the Interministerial Committee on Livestock Development in Nigeria 2015, the report of Presidential Committee on Pastoralism and Insecurity 2014, and the last.
Wait. He said the law made by the southern governors is against their cultural heritage as pastorists. Pastorists who move cows everywhere. So it's against their culture. So law made in South. So are we pastorists in southern Nigeria? See, before you know where to direct your courses, Princess, I've been reading that your this thing there, okay? All of you, if you want to direct your course and everything, no waste time. Now this man, may you send them to this guy. Send them to this guy.
When French was challenged, they turned to their general, Charles de Gaulle. Correct? When Britain was challenged, they turned to their great general, Winston Churchill. Correct? Today, Nigeria is challenged, economically challenged, physically challenged, security challenged. Who do we turn to? General Muhammad Buhari is the right man for the job. If you talk of military experience, he has it abundantly. If you talk of courage, he has it abundantly.
We have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference.
Do you understand? Many people were asking, what is that little girl saying? The little girl is just saying, well, now she understands. I don't even think it's a girl. But the child was saying that, now I understand. Now I understand very well. Do you understand too? So if you want to curse anybody, I just say, may you divide them, make them, make it rich, okay? Now that person where they now your own Winston Churchill. Now that one bring me yeti Allah. You see those guys who dress like they are pastorists. Those guys are 419 terrorists too. If you see them in Abuja, you see that one with Akete, with that hat, The guy is a billionaire on his own since this business started. He has his own police convoy. You will think he's a senator or a governor. If you see him in Abuja, he drives his own expensive toys too, automobile. Like, guys, forget about the camera. Somebody said, why is the media giving them attention? If you like saying outside Nigeria, you there, Abby? You have no idea. I hope you do. Show the year.